Hey everyone! Welcome back to UPC Tech Hub. Today we're exploring one of the most exciting updates in React 19, the new hooks and APIs. React 19 brings features that make apps faster, cleaner, and easier to build. In this video, we'll cover 5 key updates. 1. Use hook for async data. 2. useOptimistic hook. 3. Actions API, server actions. 4. Enhanced form actions. 5. New context API improvements. If you missed my previous video on React 19 performance and accessibility, I'll drop the link in the description. Go check it out after this one. All right. Let's dive into each feature step by step. Before React 19, fetching data in a component required useEffect and useState, which often caused multiple re-renders. Here, the component renders twice, first with loading, and then again when data arrives. That's okay, but not efficient. Now React waits for the promise to resolve before rendering the UI. So there's no flicker, no loading state, and fewer re-renders. Performance boost. Cleaner code, faster rendering, feels instant to the user. You can also use with context like this. This makes your code simpler and works beautifully in server components. 2. useOptimistic. Hook. Instant UI feedback. This hook gives your app a fast and responsive feel by showing updates before the server responds. Imagine you have a comment box. Normally, you'd wait until the comment is saved before showing it. But with useOptimistic, we can show it instantly. So when a user clicks Send, the comment appears immediately, and React updates it later when the server confirms. Result? Instant UI updates. Feels super fast. Better user experience. It's like magic for modern UIs. 3. Actions API, server actions. All right, let's talk about the Actions API, also known as server actions, one of the most powerful new features in React 19. This feature lets you run functions directly on the server, without creating separate API routes, and without using fetch or Axios from the front end. Sounds crazy, right? Let's see how this works. Let's imagine you're building a login form. In older versions of React, this is how you'd do it. Here's what's happening. You write a front-end handler in XEM. You make an API request using fetch or Axios. You also need to create a backend route like /API/login. Then your backend validates the data and sends the response back. That's a lot of moving parts. You're writing front-end plus backend plus API connection logic. This can make things complex and harder to maintain, especially for simple operations like login or saving a form. React 19, the new way with server actions. Now let's see the magic of React 19. In React 19, you can write your server logic directly inside a function and mark it with useServer. That's it. When the user submits the form, React automatically sends the form data to your server function, login, and runs it on the server side. You didn't have to write fetch or Axios, create a separate API route handle headers or JSON manually. React does all that under the hood. How it works. React automatically knows that any function marked with useServer should run on the server, not on the client. When the form is submitted, 1. The browser sends form data directly to your server action. 2. React executes that function securely on the server. 3. The result comes back to the client, ready to render. Why it's better? Old React. Needed fetch/Axios. required API routes, client-handled form logic, more setup and boilerplate, React 19, server actions. No fetch/Axios, no routes needed. Server handles it securely, cleaner, faster, and secure. Bonus, works great with forms because React now supports enhanced form actions. You can easily show pending states or optimistic updates. We'll talk about that next. But the key idea is that now you can build full-stack apps with just React without manually writing API endpoints. So, in short, the Actions API in React 19 makes your app code simpler, faster, and more secure. You focus on logic. React handles the rest. Next, let's look at enhanced form actions, which take this to the next level. 4. Enhanced Form Actions React 19 also improves forms, introducing useActionState and uFormStatus for smoother handling. useActionState. Example. This manages form state, loading, success, errors automatically. No need for extra useState hooks. React tracks the pending and result states automatically. This makes your code shorter and cleaner. useActions example. It's perfect for showing button states while a form is submitting. This updates only the button instead of re-rendering the whole form, which improves performance and user experience. Smile. 5. New Context API improvements. React 19 also brings smarter context updates, improving performance. Before, whenever a context value changed, every component using it re-rendered, even if they didn't need to. Now, React 19 optimizes this. Only components that actually depend on the updated value will re-render. When the theme changes, only theme display updates, not the entire tree. Benefit: fewer re-renders, faster UI updates, better performance across large apps. Smiles. This makes React even smoother for big projects. Let's quickly recap what we learned. I categorize feature, purpose, benefit use. Hook handle async data easily. No flicker. Fewer re-renders. useOptimistic. Show instant UI updates. Feels faster. Actions API. Run code on server. Simpler, secure, no APIs needed. Enhanced form actions. Manage form states easily. Less code, smoother UI. Context API improvements. Smarter re-renders. Better performance. So, that's everything about React 19. New hooks and APIs. These new features make your apps faster, smarter, and more enjoyable to develop. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to support UPC Tech Hub. Next, we'll explore developer experience improvements in React 19. So stay tuned. See you in the next video. Happy coding!